Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So I didn't upload any video throughout the past 2 days because in one of my video I told you guys at the end of the video that my recording mic got spoiled and I ordered for another one online on Jumia, to be precise. And I was supposed to get it on Friday last week, but Jumia did their nonsense again and the order got cancelled automatically and I was sent back the money, and I now use the money to order for another one on conga.com, and conga.com will take 14 days before I get it. And I was waiting for the mic to make video because I didn't really like the way my voice was just picking sounds here and there anytime I do voiceover since when the mic spoiled, and I was waiting for 14 days to complete before I get my order from Conga. But thank God that Conga actually delivered it very early. It was fast. So I got it this morning and I was like, no, all the videos that I've edited, I need to do voiceovers on them and upload it as soon as possible. Thank you so much for your patience. So in my last update about Twist of Faith, we looked at how Priyanka faked death by writing a suicide note, causing Abby to arrest Rishi again. And the link to that will be in the description box below and it will be up in the card. Let's continue from there. The inspector told Abby that the case is sensitive and the result is shocking. Abby asks if Rishi will be arrested and Pragya says no because Rishi did not do anything. Abby says that Pragya is supporting a criminal and Pragya says that he is not a criminal and their lawyer is coming. The lawyer comes there and tells the inspector that he is Rishi's lawyer, and Abby tells Pragya that he wants to talk to her. At the hotel staff member takes Priyanka to the hotel room and Priyanka says that this is a third-class room and she switched on the TV to check for her news, but nothing comes up about she and Rishi's case, and Priyanka says that Abhishek Mehra's niece's dead body is missing, so people should see mystery in this, but there is no news about it. Priyanka thinks that what is happening, that Rishi is not arrested yet, and she thinks that she has done so much planning but the result is zero, and she thinks to wait till night because she knows that she won't be ignored being Abby's niece. Priyanka says that after Rishi is punished, she would make an entry as Gajini and she would fake memory loss, and she thinks that Rishi's life will be ruined by that time, and he is a big fool and he is paying with his life for not marrying her. Abby takes Pragya to an office and tells her that Rishi molested Priyanka and forced her to commit suicide. And he asks Pragya that why is Pragya supporting a criminal. Pragya says that she understands Abby's feelings, angers and frustration. And Abby says that Priyanka is not just his niece, but she is also his responsibility. And what will he tell Priyanka's grandma now? Pragya says that Abby is mistaken and Priyanka is something else, but she always pretends to be good in front of Abby, and it is proved in court because all the witnesses were against her, and just like she called Rishi into Abby's office that day to frame him, and today she faked death again. Abby says that he thought that Pragya will be with him and support Priyanka, but Pragya says that she is standing with Abby, but Abby always stands with the wrong person, and that is why he always see her far away from him, and Abby gets angry and leaves. Pragya thinks that she can't let anything wrong happen to Rishi, and she thinks that Sarita has supported her and her daughters in troubled times, and she knows that Rishi is truthful, and she would support him till the end. Priyanka's grandma calls Grandma Surini and says that Priyanka did not come home and her phone is ringing but she is not picking, and Abby comes home and Mira tells him that Priyanka did not go home. Grandma asks Abby to talk to Priyanka's grandma called Manjit, and Manjit asks Abby that where did Priyanka go. Abby says that he would find out and he asks Manjit not to worry. Manjit asks Abby to find out and call her, and Abby says that he would call her once they find Priyanka, and he ends the call. Grandma Surini asks Abby if anything has happened to Priyanka, then what would they say to Manjit? And Abby asks Grandma not to worry and he goes to his room. Mira thinks that Abby has an argument with Pragya because he is looking so emotionally troubled. Pragya looks out of the window and thinks of Abby's words. Abby also thinks about Pragya and looks at her picture and says that she is again against him, but he wants her to go away from him and stop being against him on return. Pragya in her house as well says that Abby is thinking wrong about her because she is not against him but standing with the truth. Abby says that Pragya always think wrong about him, and Pragya says that Abby never understand her, and a song plays in the background while Abby and Pragya cried in their respective rooms. Pragya says that Abby said that they will not be affected with this matter, but why is it affecting them now? Abby says that he has said it before that this case would not affect them, but it is affecting them already. Rambro and Aryan come to the hall and see Abby sleeping on the couch. Rambro says that they didn't know that he was here, and Vikram comes there. Abby says that his neck is paining him, and Aryan says that as they were coming, someone called him a good boy, and he wants to be a bad boy. Abby asks Rambro to be a good boy, and he asks him not to change because he changed from bad to good for someone, but the person did not value it. Abby asks Rambro not to change and says that he was thinking all night and nobody should change for anyone. Vikram says that it seems like something had happened to Abby and he is feeling hurt. Rambro says that Abby is right and they should never change for anyone and they should remain as they are, and they are going to the college, and they said bye. Pragya thinks of Abby telling her that Priyanka died because Rishi insulted her, and Rishi comes home and sees Pragya in thought and he says sorry because Pragya is in trouble because of him. Pragya asks Rishi not to think all that because the problem will be solved this way, and she asks him to think about his granny, and if something wrong happens, then what would happen with his granny? Pragya asks Rishi to thank God that nothing worse has happened, even though Priyanka wants to ruin his life, calling it love. Rishi says that why did Pragya trust him so much? Because they just met a few months back, and Pragya tells him that her heart always tells her whom to believe and whom not to believe, and she knows that Priyanka won't be quiet, and she will do something to make Rishi's life unbearable. Sarita comes there and asks that what are they talking about. Prachi comes there and interrupts that Shahana is wearing her clothes and spoiling it. Shahana comes there wearing Prachi's clothes, and Prachi says that whenever Shahana wears her clothes, it ends up tearing here and there. And Shahana says that so Prachi is calling her fat, and Pragya asks them to hug her, and they hugged her, and Prachi asks if Pragya is having a fever. Pragya says that it is just a slight headache, and Prachi goes to bring the lunch box. Sarita then asks Prachi and Shahana to shake hands and stop fighting, and Rishi thinks that they all are good family and he is lucky to call them his own family as well. At the hotel, Priyanka comes to the reception and asks that why is it that the newspaper has not come to his room yet, and the receptionist asks Priyanka to stop thinking about this lodge as an hotel because only waste papers comes here to wipe the things. Priyanka takes the newspaper brought by the receptionist and pays her money, and she asks if her twin sister called Priyanka came here, and the receptionist says no. Priyanka thinks that if the receptionist see a picture on the newspaper, then she would think that she is her twin sister. Aryan tells Rambro that he did not study today, and Rambro says that he did not study too, but Aryan says that yet Rambro do get good marks always. A college friend says that Diraj Taka is in the hospital and it is very serious, and Rambro asks that what happened to him. Priyanka searches her news in the newspaper and she throws it away angrily, and she says that Abby's news has no value because no newspaper is carrying the news yet, and she thinks to spread her own news by herself. Mira brings coffee for Abby, and Abby says that she doesn't need to do all this and she should ask Bahadur to make the coffee, but Mira says that she likes to do this, and Abby says it is fine then. Mira asks if Abby did not sleep in the room last night, and Abby asks how did she know. Mira says that she came here last night and Abby was not here, and Abby asks if Mira covered him with blanket, and Mira nods her head that yes. Mira asks about Priyanka and says that she thought that Pragya and Abby had a fight and she wanted to leave, but Abby stops her and tells her that he doesn't share many things with her and he feels little awkward even though he has known Mira for years. Abby says that he doesn't know how to explain, but he hopes that Mira would understand, and Mira says there is no need to explain and she knows that Abby doesn't accept people in his life easily. Abby says that it has become difficult for him to share things with Mira, and Mira has become an important part of his family because she brought Ria up like a mother and she gave her motherly love, and he has seen that Mira's presence in the house makes him feel Pragya's absence from the house, and Mira asks if Abby had any fight or argument with Pragya. Abby asks Mira what she thinks about Pragya, and Mira says that if Pragya would have been with Abby, everything would have been fine. So she asks Abby to bring Pragya back to the house, and she asks Abby to forget the past and move on, because things like this usually happen between husband and wife, so it is not new. Abby says that sometimes circumstances would become big, leading to separation, and it tells Mira that the reason for their second separation is because of Rishi and Priyanka, because he saw Rishi in the office with his shirt button open, and it seems like he molested Priyanka, but the judge told them that Rishi might be innocent and Rishi was released. Abby said that Priyanka was going to Punjab to meet Rishi, and she suddenly called him, saying that Rishi wants to apologize to her. But when he got there, he found Priyanka's suicide note and her suitcase, and he called the police and the forest officers to search for Priyanka, but they couldn't find her, and he lodged another complaint against Rishi, and he asked Mira that what should he have done. Mira says that Abby is right, and Abby says that he is amazed that Mira is at his side, but Pragya is at Rishi's side, and he asks Mira not to tell anyone about this, and Mira says that Abby has done the right thing, and Abby says that he hopes that Priyanka is found at the college. Rambru says sorry to the principal, and the principal asks him to come to his office. Rambru says that he would come after some time, but the principal asks him to come right now. Prachi hears the principal and Rambru talking, and she asks Rambru to go and meet the principal and hear what he wanted to say. And Rambru says that he collided with the principal mistakenly, and Prachi asks Rambru to still go and meet the principal right now, or else he will be scolded tomorrow. But Rambru says that he is going to meet his friend now, who is hospitalized due to exam fear, and Prachi and Shahana says that they would come with him. Mira says that she knows that Priyanka is alive, and Abby says that the reality is that Priyanka is not alive, and he knows that Mira is only justifying Pragya's action, and he doesn't want to talk about Pragya. Vikram comes there and gives Abby new phone, and he says that 2 numbers are saved on the phone, and one of the number is for him, while the other one is for Anuradha. Abby tells Vikram that he loves his wife a lot and he will love her always, and he says that whatever Vikram is thinking about him and Anuradha cannot happen, and Vikram says that Anuradha is in love with Abby and she would continue to love him. Rambru, Aryan, Prachi and Shahana and other friends comes to see Dheeraj at the hospital, and Dheeraj asks Rambru to make his mom understand. Dheeraj's mom says that she is angry with her son, and she asks Rambru to ask Dheeraj who gave him the right to end his life because of exam. Rambru says so Dheeraj did this for marks, and he was thinking earlier that someone broke his heart, and he asks that why did Dheeraj do this. Dheeraj says sorry, and Rambru says that he is good at studies, and he asks that why did he do this. Dheeraj says that his dad died and he couldn't focus on studies anymore, and he got spoiled after he left, and he was also worried about his mom, and he started crying. Prachi asks Dheeraj not to cry, and Rambru asks Prachi not to support Dheeraj, and Rambru says that Dheeraj did not think about his mom's respect, and he would have given his mother another pain, and what would have been left with the woman if Dheeraj has ended his life, and Dheeraj's mother started crying. Rambru asks Dheeraj's mother not to cry, and he asks her not to talk to Dheeraj, and she should not even forgive him as well, because he hurt many people like his mother, dad and his friend, which is him, and he would not also talk to him again. Prachi says that Rambru cannot talk to Dheeraj like that, and she takes Rambru out and she makes him sit on the bench. Rambru says that he wants to meet Dheeraj and talk to him because he thinks about himself alone and doesn't think about his family, because he knows Dheeraj to be a topper in class, and he used to tell him that he would become big one day, but today he wants to commit suicide because of exam. Prachi asks Rambru to calm down, and Rambru says that Dheeraj would have died and left his mother alone, and his mother just lost her husband, and this moment is very difficult for her. Prachi asks Rambru to still calm down and says that he made his life's biggest foolishness and Dheeraj's situation would not change, and she asks Rambru to think about Dheeraj, and Dheeraj must be feeling broken by now thinking about what he has done. Prachi says that maybe Dheeraj has already realized his mistake and Rambo is here again counting his mistakes in front of him, and she asks Rambo to help Dheeraj in his studies and asks him to imagine himself in Dheeraj's place, and he should make Dheeraj understand that life has not ended yet but just started for him, and Rambo should go home and think about her words. Shahana says that visiting hour is over and Prachi holds Rambo's hand and asks him to go home, and a song plays in the background. Priyanka was walking in the market with sunglasses on and hooded jacket, and she thinks that she needs to know if Rishi has been arrested yet, and she asks a man to give her his phone, and she calls Rishi from the man's phone, and Rishi picks the call and says hello, and Priyanka cuts the call and thinks that she knows that Rishi would call back, so she blocks his number from the phone and she returns the phone to the man. Rishi informs Pragya that Priyanka is alive and she called him now because she wanted to make sure if he was in jail or not, and Pragya asks Rishi to call the number again, and Rishi called the number and he says that the number is blocked. Pragya says that her own number is not blocked from the phone and she called the man's number from her phone and the guy picks the call. Pragya tells the guy that her nephew got a call from this number, and the guy says that a girl took his phone and called him earlier. Pragya asks that where is the man, and the man said that he is in Delhi, and Pragya thanks the man and she ends the call, and she says that she would inform Abby about this, but Rishi says that Abby would not believe them until they find Priyanka, and Pragya started coughing, and Sarita comes there and takes Pragya with her, and Rishi thinks that this matter is ruining Pragya's health, and he thinks that where might Priyanka be hiding her face to frustrate their lives like this. Thank you so much for watching. Please, I'm so sorry. I think this episode was the one they did yesterday. I didn't watch it yesterday. And I would have uploaded this episode since on Saturday, but I told you guys about the mic. I'm so sorry. But because I've already edited it, so I just decided to upload it. Thanks for watching. See you in the next update. Bye, guys.